We're here on another beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. We're working on this Sweetgum, and our main focus is N-way to prevent mechanical failure. We're doing this by using the theory of retrenchment. We're gonna try to keep this as natural as possible. We already did a lot of N-way up at the top, mainly on this branch, this lead. It's leaning at an angle. So we took all the N-way here, this branch, there's some included bark. So we took N-way out of there, and a big section out of there. N-way out of this lead is growing at an angle. Anyways, stay tuned to see the process. Alright, as we keep going up, my peeps, we're gonna look for stuff like this. Previous breaks, included bark. What is up, my peeps? Sorry about the introduction. There was a lot of traffic that day and my voice is distorted a little bit. Anyways, we're pruning this Sweetgum using the theory of retrenchment. The retrenchment is the natural part of aging process of an old tree. So the tree is trying to support itself by regrowing a canopy closer to the stem. In this scenario, the tree's extremely brittle, so we're going out to the ends to relieve N-way to prevent mechanical failure. Alright, stay tuned. On this next little clip too, I wanted to show you guys one of the bigger cuts that I made. This is one of my biggest cuts. In the process of retrenchment, we're trying to avoid the tree from sprouting or like suckering at a fast rate. So we want to preserve that canopy, and we want to avoid that massive sucker explosion that happens when you don't bring it back to a desirable cut. So that was the bigger cut that we made, and in a little bit I will show you guys how big that cut was. That cut was no bigger than 4 inches. I would say, in my opinion, it's like 2.5 inches big. But yeah, there you have it. You know, it's not big, and that's one of the biggest cuts in the whole canopy. This is a decent sized tree. Keep watching, my peeps. Quick note, we haven't used pull tools, but there's always an option for pull tools if you can't get out there. I placed the camera closer to the limb walk so you guys can kind of see what's going on. That pruning cut wasn't ideal, but there's not much there to work with, so I had to make that decision so we can have more options in the future. If you take a branch that's closer to the main stem away, and then you're leaving all the super long branches at the end, that's like line tilling a branch. So in reality, you're not doing the tree a favor. You're leaving more leverage at the end and taking away everything else closer to the stem. So that's why it's really important to go out to the end, look for the longest parts and bring them back, so you don't have a canopy that looks distorted. The tree should almost look identical from when you started working on it. So that's extremely important, peeps. A great note for that, we don't want to change the structure of the tree. The tree, it's been evolving, it's growing a certain way because of its genetic input, because of the weather. There's so many different factors why the tree's growing on that specific shape, and we don't want to disturb that. All we're doing is try to keep that overall aesthetics of that natural canopy. We're trying to prevent it from failing. All right, my peeps, and we're almost done. So I just wanted to show you guys this image. This is another Sweetgum right next to it. It was hit by the wind really hard. Given the fact that these trees are extremely brittle, it had breaks everywhere, so we went there and pretty much hacked the crap out of this tree. So it was unfortunate, we're keeping this other tree as ugly as it looks to buffer the elements to this nice, more full tree to prevent it from failing. All right, well, that's it for today. Comment, like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Holla at your boy.